everyone, I'm Evelyn. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building, I think I've been wanting to build this house ever since Brindleton Bay, or ever since we got cats and dogs, and that was back in 2017, so I've been wanting to build it for a while. Or was it 2017? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, because it was before seasons. So it's been a while. It's been a while. And yesterday in the comments of the video, I saw someone, I think it was yesterday at least, or maybe it was another video. I went through some of the comments that I've gotten over the past couple of weeks just to see like suggestions and stuff for builds. And someone was like, if you could build like a coastal house in Brindleton Bay, that would be kind of cool. And so I thought to myself, okay, I've had this picture saved for ages. It's time. Let's do it. So today I sat down and I started it, and it was quite fun to do. I will say this is probably going to be the only house that I ever build with a round turret. Yes, because it just, or tower, whatever you want to call it. Because round walls in The Sims do not work very well. So I can't recall the last time I did anything with a curved wall. It just, like, I don't remember, but it doesn't work that well. So it was super annoying. I had to kind of like, there are some solutions to the problems that this turret is causing in the house that might be a little bit questionable, but it was just, it's buggy. There's a shadow thing as well, which I'm pretty sure, like you can see right now, I'm pretty sure it's not actually, I'm pretty sure it's caused by my reshade, but in case it's not, I don't know what to do about it, so just take it with a grain of salt. But I'm pretty sure it's caused by my reshade, just want to say, because it does like weird stuff like that sometimes. But other than that, as soon as you have the walls like not fully up, but like half walls, so like the back wall is still fully up, but the rest are kind of hidden, you know, that one. So like the walls are not completely down, but they're not fully up. Yeah, that middle thing. If you have that setting activated, it shouldn't show anymore either. And usually when I play the game, that's the setting I play with, or when I play the game. I don't really play the game, but when I used to play the game, I remember that was the setting I usually had up. So, because you can kind of see like the back of the house, but you can still see each room without the walls getting in the way. So as soon as you have that down, there's no issues with the shadow. It was just bugging me so much while I was decorating the house. Like, I can't get over it, but I was very stubborn. I really wanted to build this house. No idea how to fit that or fix that though. I'm pretty sure it's just because of the round walls. So it's a whole thing. They're not working very well. They're kind of buggy. I did not know because I've not really built with round walls. So just so you know. But other than that, this house is for 2 parents, 1 teen, and also a kid. And there's a guest house. So that little building you see off to the right there, that is actually a guest house. I did place down a bed, but if you'd rather, you know, with the growing together, you can bring like sleeping bags and stuff. If you'd rather just use those, you can just delete the bed. It's all good. But in there, they basically have like, it's basically a tiny house, but just 1 room. So like a studio tiny house. I figured if you did the whole trip to this island to visit this family, it would be nice to have the option to actually stay overnight. So I figured a guest house would fit. I did play around with the idea of turning it into a greenhouse at some point, so you'll probably see that. But I think it works better. It's better utilized as a guest house. So that's what I decided to do with it. However, you can do what you want. If you want it to be like a storage room instead, feel free to redecorate it. But I don't know. I like the idea of having a guest house. So they have like a bathroom out there. There's the bed. There's a dining table as well. There's a couch and what I'd like to call a kitchenette, but it has like, there's a sink and a mini grill, so like a mini oven situation, and also a mini fridge. So it should be fully functional, just not super high quality, but still. So technically this house can room up to 6 Sims total, and you can totally fit in like a cat litter box or whatever and have a pet as well because the house is big enough for that. I do have to notice that you can't, or note that you can't actually enter the turret. I thought I could place down a ladder, so it would be kind of fun to have something going on the top floor or something, but nope. It didn't want to snap onto anything, so nope. I don't know if it's because of the round walls as well, like I don't know, but it wasn't working, so it just is what it is, I suppose. But yeah, a few things that are just kind of a little bit annoying with the round turret thing, which is why I'm not gonna build another one of them, because it was quite frustrating while trying to do the floor plan. Especially it messed up the roofing on the second floor as well, and the whole shadow situation too. There was a whole lot going on with that turret, but it's all good. So but other than that, yeah, I had a lot of fun building this house. I say we, but I mean me. I'm trying to turn it into this like coastal sort of, giving it a coastal feel, so I'm using a lot of cats and dogs throughout the house. And then, of course, the color scheme is kind of like a medium soft brownish with some beige as well, and then blue, because blue is super breezy and coastal to me. So that's just kind of what we're doing with this one. So I hope you guys will like it. It's a little bit different, especially compared to some of the houses that I've built lately, because I've built so much in San Sequoia, but it's fun to build different things now and then. So I hope you guys will like it. I will see if I can remind myself to link to the inspiration picture in the description box. I think the original house is actually a bed and breakfast, and I think the reason that I could find the pictures of it is because it was up for sale at some point. When was it? Hold on. I actually have it open on my other Lake Ontario Lighthouse bed and breakfast. Can now be your home for $1.3 million. US dollars, question mark? I don't know, it says New York upstate, so I'm guessing that is US dollars. But the original house is also red brick, which I am not a big fan of. I think for a house like this placed on this island in Brindleton Bay, it fit a lot better to make it white wood siding, so that's what I decided to go for. I was playing around a little bit with some different textures at some point, but I don't know, I don't like the combination of the wood siding from cats and dogs combined with the what's it called? Oh no, there's a word for it. Oh no, there's a whole word for it, and I forgot what they're called right now. That's gonna bother me for the rest of the voiceover. Okay, so I actually ended up opening the game and checking because I knew that was gonna bother me. But shingles. I tried to mix the wood siding with shingles and the different kinds of shingles, because technically we have 3 or 4, and I just didn't like the look of it. So it's very plain outside in regards to the wallpaper choice, but I think there's enough going on with the house, with the tower as well, or the lighthouse itself, I should say. So I think it's okay. I think it's okay. They have a super tiny kitchen, a decent sized dining room right here, so they can have their 2 guests in to eat as well, which is pretty nice if I may say so. The kitchen is just a little bit small, but it has everything that it should need, so like it's not lacking anything in particular, if I may say so, unless you are desperate for a coffee machine. Then in that case, maybe take out the tea brewer or possibly the micro oven. It's your own decision. Sometimes I like to kind of like how do you say that? Not very, rotate between the two, if you get what I mean. So like one build I'll do the tea brewer, another one I'll do coffee. I don't know, it feels a little bit overkill to have both for some reason. Also, if you need like the big espresso machine as well, don't you need the coffee grinder or whatever, bean grinder, whatever it's called? I cannot remember for the life of me, but I'm pretty sure you need both for that to actually work, which also takes up so much counter space. Yeah. So I rarely ever use it, but anyway, getting off track. I'm actually pretty sure that the original house, or the real life lighthouse, actually was sold in 2019. I think it says it's literally called the address. Oh, no, it's not the address. Oh, it's from 1896. It's old. Not as old as my childhood home though, just want to say. Like, we're getting there, but not entirely as old as my childhood home. My childhood home was very, very old. And it is indeed in Hilton, New York. So, oh, that's funny. I don't know. These kinds of pages are so fun to... I'll keep this one up and I can link it to you and you can check it out if you want to. I think stuff like this is quite fun to look at now and then, just like... Oh, you can literally look at from Google Street View. Oh, this is a whole experience. There's a man looking at the van, the Google van. I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, that's funny. It actually is quite like nice, like on the outside as well. It has quite, I'm expecting, or did I say the price? 1.3 million? Yeah, it's a pricey one. You can see that from the outside. There's 2 gates, not just 1, but 2. I am shocked. But I saw the picture a while ago and I just kind of, the shape is a little bit funky, so I was kind of like, okay, I can maybe like try to move some things around and maybe exclude this kind of roofing over there and then try to make a thing out of it in The Sims. It's kind of fun to do that now and then. It's just, instead of just like rebuilding one to one. Not that that's possible because size proportions are a little bit different in The Sims, but it's still a little bit more fun trying to add your own like bumps and stuff to the houses, or simplify them a little bit like with this one, because there's a whole lot going. Like, the shape is just funny. It's funny. I'll do my best to remember to link it, but if I keep the tabs open, I don't think I'll forget. So, but yeah, don't love the red though. Not a big fan of the red, but the rest is quite, I mean, I wouldn't live in it in real life, but that's just me. But I like the look of it though. Just if you make it a little bit more simple than it is right now, and then not red. Yeah, I think. So the round turret actually reminded me that there's a community vote going on right now, which I forgot to say in yesterday's video. I had planned to go off on a rant about it and then I just completely forgot. But there's the community vote right now. I can't remember when it closes, but you can find a, I retweeted it, so if you're unsure of how to find the poll, you can find it on my Twitter. But the community vote is, you can choose between one of 2 cast kits and then one of 2 build kits, and I, no, no, it's either medieval or futuristic, and I'm like, why is there not a third option that's just a little bit more versatile? Because that doesn't, no. Is this an indicator of what expansion pack we can expect in the future? Because you're not really giving us much choice. Like, I would rather not a medieval pack or a futuristic pack. Those are not stuff, like, those are not packs or kits that I would personally want. So I'm a little bit like, I don't think I ended up voting because I was just like, I'm not voting for either of them. I don't really care much for the cast stuff. Like, both are actually okay, but I just don't really do much with casts in The Sims. I'm very much a builder. So when I saw that those were the options, I was just like, no, nah. I can see why stuff like those kits would be fun for some builders, but I just think that futurism doesn't really belong anywhere in The Sims right now, unless you build in that alien world that you need to do several things to actually get access to. Or you've turned Oasis Springs into some kind of futuristic place, which I suppose you could do, but it doesn't really, other than that, I don't feel like it really belongs anywhere in any of the Sims worlds. And then the medieval one, I suppose you could do stuff in Windenburg, for example, but that's about it. Plus, we don't really have much in the game right now that it would work with, so... Plus, the kits are not that big. They're like 20 to 25 items. How are you going to be able to build a whole house, a whole futuristic house, or a whole medieval, I don't want to call it a house because I don't really know, but medieval building with 20 to 25 items, you know, and then maybe like not supply, but add a little bit from from the current items and stuff. Like, I don't think it's actually going to be fully possible to make it fully work. I know that there are people out there building stuff by combining things and such, but they're doing the kits so that you don't necessarily have to combine the things. And I don't know. Weird focuses. I'm sure that some of you guys are trying to convince me that no, it's going to be cool, but it's just not for me personally. Am I happy for those that actually get stuff that they want? Sure, always. But I'm also selfish and I want stuff that I can use, and no. It's fine. Like, as long as it's just a kit, it's fine. If it starts to be more than a kit, I'm gonna have a very hard time because you guys know that I've talked about a futuristic pack possibly coming so many times, and I'm not for it. Like, I don't love it. I feel the exact same way about medieval things. Like, I'm just not, nah, I'm not for it. There's a lot of styles, interior and exterior wise, that are still used to this day that we can still get more stuff for that would be more versatile than those two kits. So I'm just a little bit nervous that it's an indicator of a future bigger pack being in the works, or possibly them starting to work on it after they see the vote, because you're not really giving us much of a choice if you're just letting us choose between two very, very not very versatile. I was about to say another word and then I forgot what the word was, so I kind of had to change the sentence. It's fine. Anyway, English is going great today. So, but hopefully you get what I mean though. It's just not the most like, there's not a whole lot of versatility in those kits, so a little bit nervous about that, and it possibly being an indicator for a future pack. If we get a futuristic EP at some point, don't expect big things from me, okay? Like, just do not expect big things from me. I'll do like some tiny houses or something, that's fine, but it's not for me personally. So we are working on the guest house currently, and as you can see, it's a rather decently sized guest house, if I may say so myself. Could definitely have turned this into, like, I think this might be bigger than some of the tiny houses I've built before. Could definitely turn this into like a proper tiny house with walls, inner walls and everything. But it's just a guest house today, so they basically get the essentials, like I mentioned earlier in the video, and I still wanted it to sort of fit style-wise with the main house, but kept the clutter to a minimum because I figured, why would they have clutter out here? Like, why would there be books on the bedstand or something like that? So also not a full-on couch or lounge set up, if you will, but they could still like chill there, just lie on the couch and read a book or something. I kind of imagine the owners of the house, whenever they'd read a book, that they were just like, yeah, this is fine. I don't particularly feel like keeping it, but I'm not going to throw it out either. They're just going to put it on the bookcase in this house. So like, they get all the mediocre books that are not unhaul worthy, but that are not like rereadable either. They just get those out here on that bookcase. That's very specific, but that was genuinely a thought that I had while building it. So they just, I don't know, have a lot of mediocre books out there, or just books that, because you can have a negative opinion on a book that is amazing to other people, so just books that they didn't find amazing themselves, if you will. And landscaping wise, I decided to keep it pretty simple. I decided to go for some darker greens because I feel like it fits well with the surrounding areas here on the island. And then just I tied in the flower boxes with some pinkish, I almost want to call them like pink peach sort of bushes or whatever they are, but I don't really know how to specify that color because it could go both ways, you know? It could be either peach or pink, or I don't know. Anyway, but just kind of trying to tie in the flower boxes with the otherwise not super colorful landscaping because it's very dark green and white. So just added those flower boxes to sort of add just like a little bit of something. And then as for the guest house, has its own sort of landscaping. I think I also gave it different colored flower boxes as well, just so it wouldn't look like a copy paste sort of thing, if you get what I mean. So I can't remember what color I went with though. We'll see in a little bit. But they have a lot more flowers or a lot more colors in the landscaping just here at the front of the house. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to do in the yard, to be honest. I felt like I just needed to keep it sort of simple, also because it's like it's not like they don't have like a normal garden, if you get what I mean, because there's no reason to fully fence off this area considering no one else lives on this island other than ghosts. That's it. So like, why would they have? Also, I'm so sorry if you can hear my chair squeaking. It's super annoying. It's gotten so much worse lately. I don't know what to do about it. There's something wrong with the chair and I'm trying to sit super still when I do voiceovers, but I can hear it in the background all the time. But anyway, it's probably been annoying you throughout the whole voiceover. I am so sorry. But yeah, not really many other people living on this island other than the ghosts. And they're mostly pets anyway, because it's from a pet cemetery. So I figured it'd be okay to just keep everything open and not give them like too much of a backyard, if you get what I mean. So it's mostly just nature and like a lounge area, or not a lounge area, but patios essentially. But that's about it I got for you guys today. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you all like this build. If you do, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tutorial files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box down below, as well as in the pinned comment, where you can also find a link to my booktube channel. So if you like to read and you like to watch videos where people talk about books, definitely go check it out. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and all the good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
Still got your pearls hanging by my bedside. Still got your lips on paper in the trash now. I never knew love could be so sweet. I never knew it would sting. I never knew love like this would leave me in pieces. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic start for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I fear. It will kill me when you leave and close my door. Oh, Emily. I can't believe it's already over. Too late to talk and fix whatever's broken. I always thought